So first was Elon Musk, then Jim Ratcliffe, two very wealthy men linked with Man United. How hopeful would Man United fans be that something's actually going to happen?
So a couple of things here. First of all, the Elon Musk, and I don't speak from personal experience, although we did go to university together.
Is that a fact?
It is a fact, yes. He tweeted out, I'm buying Manchester United, and then like 3 hours later he goes and says, oh no, by the way, that's a long-running Twitter joke. I'm not going to buy any sports club. It's funny because in those 3 hours, I can imagine the effect that it would have had on the share price. I'm not sure the markets were open at the time, but still. This Jim Ratcliffe thing, it just seems completely opportunistic to me, right? So I don't know Jim Ratcliffe. He's the owner of Nice. He's a very wealthy man. You remember with Chelsea, like when Chelsea said, okay, or when the government said, okay, we're going to sell it. There's a tender process. And basically he does nothing. And then he pops out with a letter saying, I'm not going to proceed in the tender process, but here's my offer. I don't know, was that a publicity stunt?
No idea.
You shouldn't need it. Here, it seems to me like they're trying to turn screws on the Glazers.
Right.
I'll tell you what, while I think it would probably be good for Manchester United if the Glazers were gone and they had somebody else in charge for many different reasons, I don't really like the way that this is developing. And I think the Glazers are just going to sit back and say, hey, you want to come talk to us?
And they're not going to sell all of their shares, are they?
Well, they're not going to just sell some of them to. If they're going to stay, they're going to want control, right? So Ratcliffe's not going to buy a chunk of United. If he wanted to just buy a chunk of United, he could go and do that. They're listed on the stock market.
Yeah,
and he wants the voting shares. Those I think the Class B shares that give you 10 times the voting power. He wants control if he buys it. I think it's a slow burn. I think if he was serious, he'd be talking to the Glazers as well. And there's no indication that he's actually doing that.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.